Hello, everyone. How you brothers doing? Hope everyone is having a great day so far. I am International Passport. If you don't know who I am, I push out the passport movement for brothers who need this intel. I want to say a huge shout out to my old subscribers, and of course, shout out to my new subscribers. Welcome aboard a powerful movement that will change your life, literally change your life. So, in this live stream, oh yeah, before I start, brothers, again, please hit the like button to support the channel. Make sure you cash app and super chat as well throughout the stream to support what I do. It's 2 a.m. over here in the UK, and of course, I do a lot of late streams, and your support would be greatly appreciated. In this live stream, we are going to be speaking about South African women, and I have a very special guest here with me called Black Man Travels. It's good to have the brother on who's going to drop classic intel for us. So I'll let the brother introduce himself. Black Man Travels. Tell the audience who you are, what you do, why you started traveling in the first place, and then we'll go on to speak about South African women afterwards, brother. Go on,
All
bro.
right, cool. Definitely. Thank you for inviting me to your platform. My name is Kanal. I'm actually with Black Man Travels. I started this group a few years ago. I've been traveling for the past 12 years. Been at least to over 25 countries. Kind of lost count after 25, but I know I've been more than 25 countries. I specialize a lot more in Latin America, so I've been all over South America, Central America. I've been to a few European countries, and I started traveling to Africa, where the first country I went to was South Africa. Um, my background's in digital marketing. I'm a senior consulting at a software company, so I do work remotely. So which allows me to actually travel while working, and just looking forward to just sharing some of my experiences with the audience and how I feel about South Africa, the women, the culture, and just a great place to visit. I mean, if anything, if any country you're going to visit for the first time in the continent of Africa, I recommend that you check out South Africa first, then branch out to West and East and North Africa.
Okay, thanks for that intro, bro. You know me, brother. Brothers know me in the chat. I love getting straight into it. Brother, being as we're Western brothers from the UK, from Canada, from America, how do South African women treat us there? Do they love us? Is there any sort of animosity
Well,
towards
well,
us?
keep in
Go on, bro.
mind, keep in mind, not a lot of brothers go to South Africa. I mean, while I was there, a lot of them never met an African American before. I'm not sure for an Englishman, but for an African American, a lot of them never met one before. So, not too many of us actually go to South Africa, and just the travel alone from the United States to South Africa could take up to 24 to 27 hours. Now there is a direct flight you could take from Atlanta to Johannesburg, which is 14 hours, but that flight going to cost you at least $1,500. Um, the women there are very cordial, man. If anything, I felt like I was home. When I say beauty, like beautiful and uh, just positive energy, just positive vibes, and the fact that you're an American and they notice that you're an American, dude, that you just get treated a little bit different. And but also too, you got to look the part. I wouldn't recommend anyone going there looking all bummy. But if you're there, you sound right, and you look good and smell good, you wouldn't have any issue meeting women there. And trust me, their eyes actually lit up once they hear that American accent or English accent.
Fantastic, bro. I want to say a huge shout out to Michael Contave for the £7.41 cash app. Thank you, bro. He says for just supporting uh, for the great W versus E stream. Thank you, bro. That was a classic stream, bro. Appreciate the support. So going on from there, Black Man Travels. In your experience, right, are South African women feminine, especially towards Western brothers?
You know, I wouldn't say they're that way only towards West Africa and to Western brothers. I think they're like that in general. Um, South African men are very macho in regards to they like to take care of business. So if you're out there, you got to be you got to show that you're the man. And but one thing I do notice that if you got the phenotype of a West African, like if you got the body type of a Nigerian or someone from Angola, Ghana, because South Africans tend to be a lot smaller based on physical frame. So if you go there with some size alone, that is going to just put you in a whole new different level. And the women love to be ladies. I mean, granted, there is a movement that's happening there where women are requesting for their rights, but they still act like ladies, and that's something that they do take pride in.
Fantastic. I'm liking what I hear so far from South African women. So, bro, tell us the best cities to travel to in South Africa,
Oh man.
bro. Speak on that, bro, and tell us. And within those cities, bro, we want to know which cities check the most for brothers like us. Speak on that, brother.
Yeah, well, keep in mind, South Africa is huge. When I went to South Africa, I spent 3 weeks out there. I spent 2 weeks in Johannesburg, which kind of gives me the vibe of New York, and I spent 1 week in Cape Town, which is more. It felt more like Los Angeles. Cape Town is the city life. The hustle and bustle. Everyone's on the grind, but yet people there know how to party. You'll see a lot of unique styles there. They're very festive, but also too, you got to be careful where you go. I highly recommend to avoid using Uber because there's seen to be a big beef between the taxi drivers and the Uber drivers. Um, the taxi drivers are actually attacking the Uber drivers, like physically attacking them. Um, but overall, you just being out there, you're gonna stand out. Just being an Englishman or being an African American man, we just have a certain swag about ourselves that we just stand out. And of course, if you look and dress a certain way, that's just all that instantly is going to draw their attention. With Johannesburg, Cape Town is more laid back. Cape Town is more like I said, Los Angeles. If you ever been there, you know the vibe there is real chill, real laid back. It's the beach life. There, you'll see more of a variety. You'll see more of Africans from all over the continent. Like I met a lot of people from Sudan, from Egypt, from Zimbabwe, Gambia, and these women are gorgeous, man. It's like you walk around, you're constantly breaking your neck, and they have this body type where it's very deceiving. You think you're looking at a skinny person up top, but when she walks away, you just see a huge ass. You see a huge butt and the hips like just come out of nowhere. I'm like, wow. And they just have a certain style about themselves, man. It just stood out for someone that I've been to Brazil, I've been to all these Latin American countries. The South African women stood out. It was just like just having that vibe and knowing that you could speak English to them. You have that instant communication. It just took things to a whole new level there.
Damn,
But
crazy intel stuff. Karen,
I've
bro.
been to Durban, I've been to Cape Town, and I've been to Johannesburg. And each of those cities offer a different vibe. I would not put one city over the other. It's like you going to Miami, New York, and Los Angeles. One city is not better than the other. They're just a whole different city, a whole different city, a whole different vibe, and a whole different type of women. Of course, Johannesburg tend to be more progressive, so you'll meet more of the women that got the spunk, the spunky attitude, but yet they're still sexy. And they'll still mess with you, man. Like I've been on a few dates before I actually got to South Africa. I pipelined for 3 weeks, where I literally had 5 dates while I was out there, and each of those dates I scored, and it
Okay.
wasn't and it wasn't no pay for play either. I always tell everyone you don't need a pay for play while you're out there. It's just you go out there with some type of swag, you take care of yourself physically, you look good, you smell good, man. It's just too easy out there, just way too
Oh,
easy.
oh wow. Okay, bro. You selling the dream right there, bro. So tell us the best places within cities to meet dime South African women. Is it coffee shops? Is it museums? Is it through friends? Is it through connections, networking? Speak on that,
There,
Black Man Travels.
yeah, yeah, definitely. You know what? For me, it was just like I used Tinder as my starting point. Then once I met the girls there, and they took me to all the key areas, like you said, a coffee shop is a growing thing there. The wine shops are really big. South African love drinking wine, and just hitting up the lounges, man. They have this house scene. If you're a house head, dude, you're gonna meet tons of women out there, and it's just very chill. To be honest, you can go to a supermarket and meet. You can meet a baddie out there. I mean, I remember I was standing in line at a drugstore because during that time I had severe allergies, and I'm waiting in line. There's a woman right in front of me, gorgeous, man. I just sparked the conversation with her, and when she heard my American accent, it was just easy selling from there. But she had a boyfriend, But I knew for a fact that she didn't have a boyfriend. I probably would have, done something with that.
Mm.
But overall, I think just being a gentleman, um, smiling. They like the fact that you're smiling and you're easygoing. That's just gonna instantly draw people to you. Um,
Fantastic, bro. So hold on, brother. So I brought in a brother called No Excuse Entertainment. He's a brother that also is well versed in South Africa. On that note, No Excuse Entertainment. Introduce yourself, brother. Who you are, what you do, why you started traveling, and we're going from there, brother.
Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you for having me on. Thanks for the invite, you guys. Um, yeah, I go by No Excuse Entertainment. Some guys may know me by Rob. I traveled um, to about 7, 8 different countries throughout Asia, recently Africa, and South America. Um, I'm actually gearing up to go to my second trip to South Africa the end of October. And my first visit, which was this past May, um, I visited Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban. So the next visit, I'm going to hit Durban again and definitely a new city. I haven't decided which city I'm going to visit yet.
Okay, thank you, brother, for taking the time out to join the stream. Okay, so let's carry on to the next question. Or did you want to say something else, Black Man Travels? No? Okay. All right. So going on to my next question, is prostitution a problem in South Africa?
um, I wouldn't recommend it. There are places where you can find them, but I wouldn't recommend it. And to be honest, and I think Rob could chime in as well and agree with me. There's really no need to do that.
No, no, but I mean, like, is it a problem? Like, is it a problem in South Africa in terms of women selling their bodies, offering services to?
I think it's legal, but like I said, I wouldn't recommend it. Personally, I didn't look for that. So, I did see it in certain areas, but I didn't. I felt like there was no need for that. There's tons of strip clubs where you could actually go into those strip clubs and actually partake in that activity if you want to. But like I keep telling guys, and I've told Rob the same thing. Out there, you really don't need to concern yourself in that type of activity because it's just too shady out there when it comes to that. Because the Nigerians actually run a lot of the prostitution rings down there, and things can get a little shaky real fast. And that's why I wouldn't recommend anyone to partake in that. If you see it, leave it alone. Just hit up the strip clubs and do it there. But going to a particular area like Sasua, South Africa doesn't have that. Where you could just set up shop and just stay in one particular area and just have all the pros. I didn't come across that. Rob, did you?
No, I didn't come across that at all. I mean, I got intel here and there about where you could go, but like you said, it's not known for that. So it's kind of like trying to do it in the U.S.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that, brothers. Next question for me to you, brothers, is feminism. I'm hearing that feminism is becoming quite big there in South Africa, and I don't want to deal with a feminist chick on average. Brothers, from
Okay.
what you know and hear, is feminism a problem there in South Africa?
Um, I wouldn't say it's a problem. Keep in mind these people that less than 30 years ago, Black Africans didn't have any rights. They just left off. They just got out of apartheid, so a lot of the rights they never really had, and the women there didn't have no rights whatsoever. So for me, I think the women are fighting for basic rights to work, to be treated equally. Right now, South Africa has a huge crime against women, where a lot of the husbands are killing their wives or killing their girlfriends. And I say, you know what, it's good for them. They should get those rights that they want. But again, they play their role accordingly. I have like while I was there, I didn't come across a woman that was a butch or she felt like the need just to compare herself to me. If anything, I got the complete opposite. It was just more friendly, fit, cooperative, and no issues. But I understand that they are fighting rights to have some type of equal pay, equal opportunity, which I don't have a problem with.
Okay. Um, any answers from you? No excuse entertainment.
Oh yeah, I can chime in. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear
Loud and
you.
clear.
Okay. Um, I'll put this in perspective. Feminism in a predominantly black country where if you're a male, you are part of the power structure is different from how we're going to experience feminism as a minority in the dominant white culture. So black men, we get the worst of it, right? In the US or even in the UK, because we're kind of at the bottom of the totem pole in the power structure. But if you watch, I would say high value men in the United States or even in the UK, they're not bothered by feminism because they are in control of it. They're the ones that ultimately are allowing the laws to favor the women. So I really wouldn't worry about feminism if you're living in South Africa because you're black and you're part of, I mean, you're black, so you're part of that majority race. You're not a minority no more in South Africa, if that makes any sense. So I don't think we would see it from a minority perspective.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that, brothers. Next question for you, brothers, is on average, are South African women good looking? Do they have the whole package, the face, body? Speak on that, brothers.
Yeah, I mean, stop the madness. Woo. Man. I'll tell you this. First of all, let's address the colorism that we have. A lot of brothers have. A lot of brothers are color struck. So when they view an African woman, they have this stereotype of what an African woman looks like, but they don't realize that African women come in different shades, different colors, different sizes, everything. And the coolest thing about South Africa is that it has 11 different tribes in South Africa with 11 different dialects, and each tribe looks different. And when I say just natural, raw beauty, like no makeup. You see girls with bald heads but still look sexy. Like, how can you sport a bald head and still look sexy, man?
Bro, let me tell you, man. I ain't into bald headed women, man. She's got to have long hair. I'm sorry, man.
I know, but look,
Oh man.
I mean, like I said, I'm open, and the women that I saw in South Africa they could actually run, they could compete with Brazilians.
Mm.
Now, as far as body wise, I'm still blown away what I saw. And again, I've been to a lot of countries. These are like, I mean, for their bodies to look just like that naturally. No cosmetics, no enhancement. It's just naturally built that way. And I kind of like just seeing a different look. Most of these countries, like you go to Colombia, you go to Dominican Republic, there's a cookie cutter look. South Africans don't have a cookie cutter look. Everyone looks different. Then and the sound they make when they speak, that clicking sound, oh man. I really enjoyed that, man. Just overall, when I went out each night in Cape Town and Durban and as well as Johannesburg, I was just blown away by just the sexiness and beauty. Now keep in mind there are women out there that wear wigs, that wear the heavy makeup, the fake eyelashes. They call them lacy queens, and those are ones I stay away. But the one that's more creative looking, the bohemian type, that's what I like. So, I mean, overall, their beauty is amazing to me. I really enjoyed it. No excuse.
Okay.
Oh, oh yeah, I second that, man. Yeah, he said, man, it's an array of beauty. Um, I wish I could show like some YouTube links of like just groups of African women hanging out, and like they're so diverse in how they look, the skin tones, the shapes. Out to be honest, I didn't really expect too much before I visited South Africa, but um, like Kanal said, it competes with Brazil, and a lot of people were shocked by that statement, but like it really is like that.
And
Bro.
again, I think a lot of guys are color struck. They want the long hair look. They want the mixed tone color, which that's considered exotic. But when you go to Africa, the continent of Africa, you can't go there with that Latin American mindset and go to Africa. And a lot of dudes do that. Or
Mm.
well, actually, a lot of guys ain't going to Africa because they don't got the money or don't got the time to go do it. So, but overall, they try to bring that Latin look perspective to Africa, where you're not going to get that mix, that Taino, that Indio look in South Africa. You're just not going to get that. Now, keep in mind, in South Africa, if you go to Cape Town, there's a huge population of colors. I'm not sure if you ever heard the term of colors. Colors are considered the mulattoes. And the mulattoes there, same thing, man. They walk around with big old asses. Excuse me. like I'm telling you, their body is so it's so subjective, man. It's just like up top, you think you're looking at a small woman, but once she stand up, man, it's just like, where did you get this trunk from? And it's like that, like you walking through the mall, you're constantly turning heads, like you turn your head constantly, like damn. But the thing is, the South African man, they used to it, but for us, we're not.
Thanks for that, brothers. Brothers, I'm about to get really angry right here, right now. We got almost 60 people watching, but only 35 likes. I am so sick and tired of the lack of support I get on this channel. Not only don't I get a lot of comments, the likes are dropping off. You know, this is free intel here. Brothers taking their time out of their days to come on my channel to speak for 3-4 hours, sometimes even 5 hours, just so you can live a flipping better life. Just so you can live just a little bit better. So all I'm saying, brothers, is get the likes up, hit the super chats, hit the cash out, because this is hard work right now, brothers. This is crazy. I'm getting tired of the lack of support I'm getting on this channel, because I can simply walk away and just take all this intel for myself. I know brothers worldwide that feed me intel about different countries. All right, carrying on.
Trust me, they're taking a lot of information from this podcast.
They are, and they're not supporting, brother. I'm getting a bit annoyed now. You know, they don't comment, they don't like the video, don't super chat, don't cash out the same people. It's getting really annoying now. I've been doing this since 2017, and brothers have not been supporting to the fullest. And they're living their best lives using my intel, but not supporting me back. I don't like that at all. But let me carry on, brothers. Apologies, Black Man Travels and No Excuse Entertainment. So, brother, I want to speak about the racial demographics of South Africa and who checks for brothers the most. So far I know it's Black women that are definitely in South Africa. It's colored women. It's white women. It's also Asian women in terms of Indian women. Yes. Are all 4 groups of women there, of all races, checking heavy for brothers in South Africa? Brothers, speak on that, brothers.
No excuse. Go first, and I'll chime in.
I would say, from my experience, Tinder and in person, I would say the white women. I haven't really peeped at. I mean, my profile on Tinder is obviously American. I pay for all the services. I get pretty much most, I get over maybe I got at least over 200 to 300 matches, like, since I've used Tinder in South Africa, and all of them have been Black women. None have been Indian women. None have been white women. In Durban, in person, I may have got some looks here and there from Indian women in the mall, because there's a lot of Indian. Durban has I want to say, one of the largest Indian populations outside of India. So I got some looks here and there. So I think a brother could pull an Indian chick in person. But if I want to just use, statistics, I would say I struck out 0 for 200 or 0 for 300 were white women or Indian women online. So I would conclude to say they may not be checking for brothers. And I mean, why would you go to South Africa for that anyway?
But it's more of a cultural reason, bro. It's more of a cultural reason.
Right.
We know that South Africa is a diverse society, so people will have the South African culture with them, the South African mindset. So we want to know if those women that are checking for brothers as well.
Well, keep in mind too, South Africa is a very segregated society as well. Again, they're only 30 years removed from apartheid. Less than 40 years removed from apartheid. So Indians tend to have their own tight-knit community. The colors, which are the mulattoes, tend to have their own tight-knit communities. And even like certain tribes, there's 11 different tribes in South Africa. So they tend to have their own little community as well. So although it is diverse, it's highly segregated.
Okay. What the
Yeah.
flip? So you're well, basically right. Brothers go there should just go there for the black woman only. That
No,
you're
I'm
saying,
I'm not
brothers.
saying that. I'm just saying that just manage
But
your
no, but
expectations.
you will more likely get play from black women than any other race in South Africa,
Yeah,
right?
and also too, the black women come in different shades, different colors. So, and one thing about South Africa is a hub of Africa. So you're gonna meet Africans from all over the continent. Like when I was in Joburg, I met this Sudani chick. Oh my god, whew, man, she was like 6'4",
So,
like the most beautiful dark black skin color I ever met, man, and her body was on point.
brother, are you
And
out here dating 6'4" women?
huh?
Are you out here dating 6'4"
Hey, I
women,
don't
bro?
discriminate. I'm 6 feet
6'4"?
tall. I'm
Nah, bro.
6 feet
That's
tall. I've dated women who are 6'5", volleyball players.
yo. That's too
Hey,
much.
you
That's
know
too
what?
tall, bro.
I don't discriminate, and trust me, they're the ones that give you play back.
All right. So going on from there, brothers. Right. I'm more interested as to why colored women don't check for brothers. Colored women, they are half black, right? How are they not checking for brothers? What's going on there in South Africa? And that's what puts me off against that country because in the UK, there's a whole bunch of mixed race women, colored whatever, that check for brothers. Same in America too. But in South Africa, they feel like they're different from black people, even though they're half black. What's going on there, brothers? You know?
Mm.
I think it's more of a tribal thing. Again, colors kind of kept to themselves. I actually dated a colored. I went on a couple of days while I was in Cape Town with a colored, and she took me to her shanty town. And the town that I went to was nothing but colored folks there. And I think they'll talk to you, but again, they may get shunned by their family. I mean, sad to say, prejudice is alive and well in South Africa. But if you're coming from the States or you come from England, you probably have more wealth than the average South African there, especially now. When I went in back into, when I went to South Africa back in 2018, uh, I was the only black person out there at the time, just walking around. I didn't come across any other African Americans or Englishmen. A lot of guys that I met were from Nigeria, and they're the one that pretty much had money. Like even like when I went to the clubs, some of the colored girls were with Nigerians, but the Nigerians had the money.
Okay. I mean, thanks for that intel, brothers. Very insightful. Shout out to Michael Conte for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. He's that's twice now supported in one day. Thank you, bro. He says always willing to support this free content. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated, brother. Shout out to East Coast Kev for the $10 super chat. He says, I got your back, brother. I got my notebook ready to take notes. That's what's up, brother. I love seeing that. Thoughts on Tanzania when you get the chance? Yes, bro. I'll try and get that intel for you, brother. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Going on from there, shout out to Nibiru for the $499 super chat. He says here, I never super chat, but have to support my brother, though for the knowledge I constantly gain. Love from Philadelphia, USA, never stop. Thank you for the kind words, brother. Much appreciated for the super chats, brothers. It's thankful. I'm thankful for their support because it's a lot of hard work. I'm out here saving brothers' lives, literally. The DMs I get, the calls I get, I'm saving brothers' lives. So support the channel if you want me to keep pushing out this invaluable intel. So going on to my next question, brothers. Should is English enough in South Africa, or should we learn a little bit of Tutsi and all those other languages?
English is the most powerful language to know. You'll be okay with English. When you're there, everyone speaks English. Now,
Hmm.
keep in mind, the South Africans do have their own dialect, which I don't is not required for you to know. But if you're walking around everyday commerce, everyday communication, English is the key language, and that's one thing I loved about it. As soon as I get off the plane, I was speaking English to everyone.
Okay, thank you for that intel, brother. Shout out to Darius Harper for the $5 super chat. He says, "Sorry, I'm late for class, Professor IP." Shout out to the panel in the chat. No worries, brother. And even though you're late, I appreciate the super chat, brother. It is much appreciated. So moving on from this topic, brother. I think it's very important for us to discuss jealousy against Western black men. And the reason why I say this, brother, because I know for a fact that a couple of years ago, the men in South Africa had problems with Nigerian men. They were saying that Nigerian men were taking all the South African women. they were dominating them economically, and there was a lot of jealousy there, brothers. Now, Nigerian men are foreign to South Africa. Us being Western men, we're also foreign to South Africa. Is there jealousy against brothers like us when we go to South Africa and get all these women, bro?
I'll tell you this, and no excuse, you could chime in. My second night in Johannesburg, went to a club, had a couple of girls with me, and I decided to buy a couple of bottles at this club, and for some reason, some South Africans they thought I was like Nigerian or Ghanaian or from Angola, or whatever, because I'm dark skinned, on my build wise. They wanted to start something with me, and lucky for me, I kind of tipped the security bouncer guy to actually take care of the situation. But the jealousy is there. The Nigerians are really doing well in South Africa, and the Nigerians tend to be more the flamboyant ones. They're the one that making it rain and just clubbing hard, buying bottles left and right. So the South African men don't have the funds to do what the Nigerians are doing. Keep in mind, I don't want to generalize, but some of those Nigerians are probably running scams. But overall, there is some level of jealousy that I noticed, even felt, that the fact that I was from the West, they assumed that I had this ego trip about myself, but which I didn't.
That's
Look, I mean, honestly,
brothers, okay.
honestly, look, I've been in worse places, worse conditions. I had guns put on me, knives, put on me like while traveling. It was nothing, man. It was just like these guys, they were just jealous the fact that I'm living the life that they want to live.
Okay. No Excuse Entertainment, bro. What's your thoughts on that?
I would say I haven't experienced jealousy, but I know when I was at a club in Durban with a young lady, I walked to the bathroom and it was like two guys. They kind of looked at me hard. They was kind of looking at me, whatever. But sometimes sometimes I recognize that when people don't know you, they may come off as they don't like you, but once you start speaking to them, they warm up. So I just kind of like, shook their hand, told them I was from the U.S. And, they seemed a little, they do have a macho like personality. Like one dude, he was just he was playfully trying to size me up. And he was like, oh, don't worry about him. He cool. And then, they was asking for my number and stuff like that. So I don't think they, from what I perceive, I don't think they pay attention to that. I mean, the Nigerians have a good and bad reputation in South Africa. I could go into details about that, but just from talking to women, they are known for spending money. A lot of women like not only Nigerian men, but West African descent of West men of descent from West African. They feel like we are more sexually endowed. We have that. we had that perception already, but it's been women that tell me, Nigerian men, they was giving girls. She called it cauliflower, and she was just telling me about so many situations where either sex trafficking or a lot of bad things that happens to women to the hands of Nigerian men. So it's good and bad.
Okay, brother. Thanks for that. Brothers, can we get the likes up again? We've got over 70 people watching, but less than 60 likes. What is going on, brothers? Support the channel. Can we please get the likes up? Likes are free. Okay? Hit the like button, brothers. Shout out to Chaos Media for the $5 super chat. He says support, yo. Yes, support what I'm doing, brothers. I would appreciate the cash apps, the super chats, the likes, the comments. It's all greatly appreciated. Let's push out this passport movement to brothers who need it, particularly for educated brothers. A couple more super chats. Shout out to the Menace for the $199 super chat. He says, classic IP, on my way to South Africa next year. Hope you have a great time, brother. Keep safe, keep well, brother. It is much appreciated. Shout out to Nibiros for the $499 super chat. He says, American media make it seem as though the STD/HIV rate in Africa is very high, I'm guessing. My question is, how do you navigate dealing with women while also being safe? That's a good point there, brothers. I heard it's very high there in South Africa. Is that true? And how do you brothers deal with that? Because if it's high in a country, I think that should be avoided, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, that's not true. Um, Most of those cases tend to be outside in the in the outskirts, but in the major cities they don't really have that major concern. What I noticed, the women there, they were very proactive in protecting themselves. But then again, I was talking to lawyers, account executives. Um, I can't speak for all women, but the women that I met, they were very progressive in regards to that. Um, yeah, I think most African men don't want to use condoms. They feel like it's a disrespect, but the women, they prefer to use condoms just to protect themselves. At least the women that were progressive, that were into their career, they're trying to make something out of themselves. They made sure that you had a condom on.
Okay. What about your thoughts on that? No excuse entertainment.
All right, I'm gonna give you my thoughts, and I'm gonna be transparent, for the fellas, just for education, just to put a real life perspective on it. So, um, no, no negative criticism for what I'm gonna say. So, yes, the women there do proactively protect themselves. Women I talk to, they say they have different testing clinics all over, so women do frequently check themselves. Um, Also, before I came, like women I talked to, that conversation came up, like, if we have sex, you know, protection. I even brought HIV testing kits with me. I got off Amazon, and then I also went to my doctor, and they told me about this drug called PrEP, which is which which is 99% to prevent you from contracting HIV if you're taking that. So I decided to take that. I brought my condoms, and I brought HIV testing kits or whatever like that. I would say I hooked up with, like, out of the girls I hooked up with, I hit two raw.
What?
So so when I got back to the US, what I mean, after
Oh
after
gosh.
after 45 days, I got myself tested or whatever, and everything was negative. So I say all that to say is that I went in, I protected myself with the PrEP, with the HIV, with the testing, and then I did have condoms that I did use outside those two chicks. The ass was just too much, so I couldn't. It was hard, but I protected myself, and I would say the average traveler would probably feel like, man, that's too much to be going to a country. But until you get over that stigma, which I think that HIV rate is going down, that's kind of how I went about the situation.
Bro, you actually hit raw. What's going on? Why'd you do that, bro? Why'd you hit raw twice?
Because I had, because I protected myself.
Nah, come on, man, bro. You got to always strap up, man. You can't be going raw in chicks you just go abroad to. You don't know what
No,
they might
no,
do.
it wasn't me being reckless. Like, it was a chick I was talking to for a while, and actually thought about taking it to that next level, but we just end up being friends. And you know, I'm
I mean,
I'm being real, right? Most guys not gonna share that information. I'm just sharing the
Nah,
information.
I respect that, bro. I respect that. Big time. Shout out
you
to.
know what? I just want to say this.
Go on, bro.
There's a huge stigma and negative perception about Africa so AIDS infested. That's all BS. A lot of these countries are more proactive in protecting themselves than the people here in the U.S.
Mm,
I live in the city of Atlanta. We have the highest herpes rate in any country in Africa.
jeez.
So before anyone placing judgment on the continent of Africa, look in your city, look in your state, and tell me how the AIDS and HIV and STD rate is in your city, in your state. because people love to throw shades towards Africa. Oh, it's AIDS infested. That's all BS, man. And when you go out there and you talk to people, you realize that this false media, this false propaganda they try to promote Africa to be, it's the complete opposite. You get on the plane, there's nothing but Asians on that plane, nothing but white folks on that plane. You don't. There's the only black folks on that plane are the Africans that are going back home. But as far as like Westerners from England, from United States, from Canada, whatever, they're not going to Africa. Like when I was on the plane, I was the only black dude on that plane. There were nothing but white folks and Chinese folks going to South Africa when I was on that plane, and I flew on Virgin Airlines.
Yeah, Chinese are heavy there investing and doing the shady stuff in South Africa. It's a shame seeing that, But brothers, we need to get Africa back. That's our homeland, regardless of whether you're Black American, Black British, Black Canadian. We all have ties to the motherland. Let's get it back. We can't let the Chinese take over Africa. Shout out to the two brothers for the intel. Shout out to Bella Jallo. Actually, brother, what are the Chinese doing in Africa? Just out of interest, do you know anything about that, brothers?
I'm sorry. What was the question again?
What are the Chinese doing in Africa? Do you know anything about that at all? Are they
They're
tricking
taking over.
They're
taking over. That's what they're doing. They're doing the same thing they're doing in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Ghana. They're basically building the country's infrastructure at a cheaper cost and taking over. I mean, I was totally shocked when I was at the airport in Johannesburg how crowded the airport was with Chinese folks. I literally felt that I was in Little China or Chinatown.
Brothers.
They're basically there to work and build the country's infrastructure, but also, they're probably getting a lot of stuff for super cheap. And I tell you this, the way I saw the Chinese were treating the Africans were like so disrespectful. So disrespectful what I saw. I had to check one Chinese person, let him know, and I made sure my Dade County side came out. And anyone that knows that Dade County, I'm from Miami-Dade County, my little ghetto-ness came out, and I made sure I spoke loud purposely so he understand that I'm not from here. The way that he was talking to these people, these Chinese, these South Africans, was just like, wow, I couldn't tolerate that.
Yeah, brothers, man, please, can't be allowing that nonsense in your own continent. Flipping heck, man, it's a damn shame. How many L's are we going to take? How many L's are we going to take as a people?
Too many.
Too many L's. I'm sick of it, It just gets really frustrating. How many goddamn L's? Well, how many L's are we going to take? First the Arabs, the Europeans, then the Chinese. What's going on? Oh, frustrates me, man. But let me carry on the stream. Sick of it. So going on, bro. Can we talk about body count? Do you feel like on average South African women have high body counts, low body counts? And how do you spot a woman? How do you spot women with high body counts and low body counts? Speak on that, brothers.
Real quick, man. I would say I feel like they had low body counts. And I had this conversation with guys. So like my sexual experience, like all the women that I was involved with, they were moaners, they were tight, they wasn't wide open. And I was surprised. So I'm like, okay, if this country got this STD problem, you would expect chicks to be just wide open. And I've been to the common countries we traveled to. A lot of guys travel to like Brazil, Colombia, DR, even Thailand, and you run into a lot of chicks with no walls in those countries. In South Africa, I felt like they was very sexual experience in the way that they feel and just the things they do. Like I was kind of surprised. Like I felt it was more of an ego struggle because I was like kind of able to like teach, and they was willing to just try and learn, and they was just into it. So I was like, so for me, the experience was great because I felt like they was all green.
I totally agree with that. If anything, I think I kind of perceive the women there to be more conservative than Latin American women or even Asian women. Although they show their sexuality because as Black people, we just do that naturally. But I didn't see them being like out there in these streets like that. A lot of these women take pride in just doing their own thing and being able to say that, hey, they taking care of themselves and not try to be loose. Now, keep in mind, there are women out there in South Africa are loose and you can find them. But it really depends on the type of women you meet. Like me personally, I'm used to dating women who got their stuff together. I don't date any woman that's beneath me in regards to professionally, education wise. So I'm not gonna go to another country and date someone that can't read, can't write, can't speak a proper word. I'm not gonna do that. Or
Yeah.
has tattoos all over the face. I'm not gonna do that. So me personally, when I use Tinder, I make sure they had some type of education, they had some type of job, and they could keep a conversation going. And that's one thing I took away from South Africa is how progressive and how motivated these women were to like just make things happen, but yet still be ladies, like outside and inside the bedroom.
Okay, so did you ever ask them directly their STD results, STI results? Like, did they have anything? Were you very blunt with them? Like, do you have anything inside you? Keep it real, brothers.
What do you mean? I mean, if they have a STD?
Yeah, did you ask them, do you have an STD, do you have an STI, or
No,
can we
I
go
didn't
and get
ask. I
tested
mean,
together?
let's be real here. If you ask someone that, you think that person's gonna tell you?
Hmm.
I mean, let's just keep it real here. It's like if someone has something, you think they're gonna tell you, unless they know that's gonna lead to something more than just a quick, a quick sex session. They're not gonna tell you. But I assume that I mean the places we go to now, the Colombias, the Brazils, the DRs, the Philippines, the Thailand. Are brothers really asking that question?
Damn. Brothers should be asking that question, to be honest. I
But
don't
they're
know.
not. They're not. And
Hmm.
especially when brothers are literally chasing after the same women that everyone else is chasing.
Oh, man.
I doubt that. I mean,
Damn.
no excuse. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't ask if they got any diseases. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just not commonplace. I mean, you protect yourself, and like in regards to South Africa, I had HIV testing kits, but that's the first time I ever traveled with those. Um, so
Is that to test ladies or to test yourself every time?
no,
Experience.
to test ladies.
So you actually spoke to them. You need to get tested first before I smash you. Is that what you told them, bro?
Yeah, I asked them, if they would have, if they would be opposed to like, doing it, and they was like, no, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Okay. Great discussion so far. So in general, you're saying that South African women have low body counts in general, which I find very surprising. I find that very surprising. But I'm going to believe you, brothers'
I mean,
observations.
guys, let's keep things in perspective. South Africa is a big country. Look at
Mm,
the size of South Africa. It's huge. I mean, for us to assume that these people have a high body count, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you're out in the brothels, are you gonna ask the girl that you're about to go do something that you're paying for? How many guys you slept with tonight? um, I think it just really depends who you attract, man. If you're out there and chasing after that pay for play, yeah, more than likely she gonna has a high body count. But if you're out the universities or at the coffee shop and you're talking to an executive or someone that wants to do something with herself, more than likely she probably have a low body count.
okay,
It
thanks
don't,
for that, bro.
well, real quick, for me, it don't really matter as much. I would rather, because a woman can have a high body count smashing a dude with a small penis, or she can have a low
What?
body count smashing a dude with a large penis. So I would
Huh?
rather. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What difference does that make? Because it's all about who's entering her. It doesn't matter the size of the person, of the guy. It's who's entering her. If it's all small and she's got 50 bodies, that's still a high body count. If it's all long and then she has 50 bodies, that's still a high body count. Don't you feel, brother?
It depends on the man, but for me, the experience is different. I don't like having sex with women and they stressed out. You know, I want the one scratching my back and making me feel like I'm the biggest thing moving. You know, because and I brought that up because South African men are not, they don't have a reputation of having big big penises, but the West African men do. So that's probably why, for me, it's a perception that they have a low body count because it don't feel like it.
Wow, bro, that's the first time I've ever heard that logic before. Wow. But shout out to the brother No Excuse Entertainment. Going on to my next question, brother. Do you consider them to be wifeable, South African women? You know, would you wife
Yes.
one? And tell me why you would wife one, brother.
I mean, due to the distance, I mean, honestly, if I was closer to South Africa, I would definitely take more trips out there. But due to the fact that it takes about 14 to 23 hours to get there, it's not a doable trip for me. The women that I met there were very wife material. And again, I made sure that I was attracting all the right ones. Um, they kind of gave me all the right signs, like, you know what, hey, I could definitely see myself coming back and visiting you. And there was a couple of them where I like, you know what, to this day I still stay in touch with them, and they show a lot of great qualities. And you know, like I said, I look, you know, smart, go getter, but yet still understand that, you know, she's there to be my helpmate. And I walked away from South Africa feeling good about, you know what, this place has a lot of potential, and I'm not worrying about any Pookie, Ray Ray, or Nigerian, ruin my vibe out there.
All right, what about you, No Excuse Entertainment? Would you wife one? Are they wifeable?
Oh, definitely they're wifeable. I mean, you definitely, in my opinion, you would want to live there. So I think trying to build something distant wise would be a challenge. But if you're able to live there, I definitely think they're wifeable. And they want, I mean, they want marriage, opposed to, a lot of women in our country that it's not a big deal.
All right, awesome, brothers. Shout out to Naeem Abdul Ayad for the $10 super chat. Another regular supporter. What's up, yeah, Naeem? Appreciate the super chat, brother. I see you, brother. Always supporting every stream, brother. I hope all is well with you, brother. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. It is much appreciated. Have a great day, brother. And I hope you call in soon, brother. Much appreciated, brother. So going on from there, brothers. Can we talk about social media? You know, I've heard that South Africa is very westernized. A lot of Western imports have poisoned that country, such as social media. Based on what you've seen, brothers, is social media a problem? Are the Twitters, Instagram, and the Facebooks a problem amongst South African women? Do we see them with 10,000 followers, an army of simps? Do we see these women taking selfies all day, being narcissists? Speak on that, brothers.
Well, keep in mind, South Africa is the one of the most industrialized country in Africa. South Africa is one of the most progressive countries in Africa. So having the technology and access to social media, they probably were one of the first countries to actually have it in Africa. I don't think that's an issue because again, a lot of women still respect the order of things. Now, keep in mind, you're going to still have your thoughts. You're still going to have your Instagram models that's trying to make something happen. You're still going to have your pros trying to, find new clients using social media. But I wouldn't, be bothered by it. I mean, there's no different than any other country that had the same issues. And I keep going back to, like, it all depends who you attract. If you're attracting more low-level females that want to be seen and want to be around the ballers, then yeah. But if you're attracting the ones that want to do something with themselves, that's in the gym, that wants to, be a wife and yet still, make things happen for the family, you can find that. But it really boils down to what you attract.
Hold on, brothers. Worship the King. Can you please delete your last comments? I just noticed that you disrespected our guests. No one's a lame on my live stream panel.
All right, hold
So
on,
can you please hold on, brother. Hold on, bro. Can you please remove that comment, Worship the King, and your recent comments? Let's keep it very respectful here. I don't want to time you out, but let's keep it very respectful here, brothers.
For the listeners, and no excuse, know me. I've been to 30 countries, man. I make six figures. I've been making six figures for 12 years now.
No. It wasn't at you. It wasn't at you, Black Man Traveled. It was at No Excuse Entertainment. He just said he was a lame for what he said. But let's be respectful here, brothers. We're all adults
Yeah,
here,
they gotta
okay? I
show
don't want to
respect, man. I
drag
mean,
on
keep
this
in
for too
mind
long.
we're
Please.
taking time out of our day to talk and share knowledge with you guys because not too many brothers are going to South Africa like that. You know, you guys will go to Medellin knowing that there's so many other cities to visit, but you still go to Pacajeras and smash the same chicks that everyone else is smashing. We're trying to like put you guys on game. There's other countries you could go out there and visit and
Yeah.
still meet quality, beautiful women out there. You
It's
guys
so
gotta
good
show the
now.
respect.
He's deleted it. He's apologized. He deleted it. So shout out to Derek Taylor for the £11.15 cash app. Thank you, brother. He says for great intel, brothers. Respect to IP and the panel. See, that's respect right there. Thank you, Derek Taylor. So, brother, let's respect each other a lot more because we are adults here. And brothers, can we get the lights up? You know, all right. I'm pausing the stream. This is getting too much now. The stream is now paused until we get the likes up to at least 90. Because we have over 90 people watching. That means 20 people have not liked the video. 20 people are getting free intel, being ninja watchers, just taking in all this intel and not supporting, being selfish, and not liking the video. Can we get the likes up? Until the lights go up, this video is now paused. I'm sorry. That's how it's going to be from now on my live stream panels. Shout out to Darius Harper for the $5 super chat. He says, what's their thoughts on Black Western culture, our music, movie, celebrities? What's the perception of Black Western image there? Good question, but don't answer it, brothers. Don't answer it yet until the lights go up. That's how it's going to work on my channel from now on. Hit the like button, brothers. It's getting too much now. I'm getting very annoyed. So on that note, let me just check my shout out to got a couple cash apps as well. Give me a second, brothers. Shout out to Sean Camp for the £10.40 super chat. Thank you very much, brother, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Another regular supporter. Thank you, brother. That's how it's going to be now, brothers. So as from today on forward, if the lights don't go up all the time, the streams will get paused in the middle of nowhere. I'm just going to waste time because I'm getting sick and tired of it. It's just getting too much now. You don't comment, you don't like, you don't super chat, you don't cash app, you don't reach out to me through the social media platforms. You don't know how much hard work I put in over the years for brothers to get this intel. Morocco is verified, Sweden is verified, Norway is verified. Brothers have hit me up over the years and thanked me personally for saving their lives. Brothers are going through a lot, but when they travel, they're a different person. Support the movement. So let me check the like button. Let me check the likes right now. Okay, 86. That's fair enough. Let's carry on. So, brothers, please answer Darius Harper's questions. How do South African women perceive Western black men? Go on, Black Man Travels.
Oh, okay. Keep in mind that the Bollywood, not Bollywood, is it Nollywood movie industry is big in the continent of Africa. So a lot of the South Africans do watch Nollywood, which is a lot of those Nigerian movies, Nigerian films.
But
And
what
of
about
course, you got,
Western brothers like us, UK, American? How do they perceive us?
I mean, honestly, they just see as men. Of course, hip hop helped us a lot, but at the end of the day, it's just like when they see a man, when they see you, it really depends on how you carry yourself. For me, I like to look good. So when I'm stepping out and a woman look at me, she sees a man in front of her. Now, if you walk in the house looking all bummy with your white socks and sandals and jersey shorts, they may have their perception of you. But it really depends on the guy. I mean, I think overall they think Western men to be more the leader, more aggressive, more go-getters. But at the same time, you can meet a lame or you can meet someone that's more, that's not aggressive compared to someone else, compared to someone else who is. Um, it really depends, to be honest. That's just a very subjective question.
All right. Shout out to Darius Harper for the super chat. Great question, brother. Thank you, brother. So let's wrap up the social media questions. So we can agree, brothers, that social media is something we shouldn't worry about at all amongst South African women, because we've seen how social media has ruined women in the West. Could that be
I would
coming to South
say
African women?
I would say it does have some effect because South African woman showed me about like a real kind of like a Real Housewives of Atlanta show that they got in South Africa. They have a reality show. Also, there's women that said they heard of Kevin Samuels. I was like, wow, y'all, Kevin Samuels reaching over there. Um, they know a lot about American culture, even like fraternity, sorority life, um, HBCU. So they definitely are paying attention to what we're doing and are knowledgeable. But to know that they have a reality show like the ones we have in the States, I was kind of surprised by that. So, but I still think they have them. It haven't taken over their culture like it has the United States.
Okay, thanks for that, brothers. Uh, Nicole Thomas, why don't you call in later on if you have a lot to say on your chest? Let me make this very clear. This channel is for educated brothers who are looking to date foreign women for long-term relationships and marriage. We ain't here playing around. Nicole, brothers are leaving the community, so therefore you can date all the Pookie and Rares and Tyrones you want in the community. We don't care anymore. Those are your men. Leave us educated brothers to deal with foreign women. Okay, we're tired of the Keishas, Shakishas, Shaniquas. We're done with them completely. So Nicole, leave us alone. If you have any questions, Nicole, call in later on. All right, going on for my next question, brothers. Would you say South African women are submissive? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how submissive are they? Is it 8 out of 10, 5 out of 10? Speak on that, brothers. We need that intel.
The real question is, do they respect you?
Mm.
A
Right.
woman will only submit to a man if she respects you. Doesn't matter
Mm.
what country she's from.
Okay. Hmm. But okay, brothers. So hypothetically speaking, they respect you, brothers. Were they submissive towards you? Did all that feminism go out the window? Was she cooking and cleaning? Was she handling the household like a real woman would be? Speak on that, brothers.
I mean, I can't speak because I wasn't there for a long time to really get that whole house cleaning experience. But the ones that did stay over, spend a couple days with me, they did, play, they did help around. Um, Me personally, I'm a neat freak, so I tend to clean after myself. But I did notice that when I was packing, uh, one of the ladies that I was seeing actually packed my bag for me, which I rarely see that. Um, Once they respect you as a man and the head of the household, they love playing their role. As long
Yeah.
as you provide that security, that comfort, I, I don't see a problem with them submitting to you. So
No Excuse Entertainment. What's your thoughts on that, bro? Do you consider South African women to be submissive?
I try not to use that word anymore because it's misused a lot.
I agree.
Submissive means uh, doing what you ask someone to do with a good attitude, and a lot of women now all over the world don't take too kind of you telling them what to do, but they'll play their role if you play their role. Are they nice? What I mean, are they nice? Will she cook for you? Will she serve you first? Things of that nature. That's to me. That's not being submissive. That's just being nice, and that's just playing a role. Submissive is what you get in, in my opinion, in Afghanistan and these Middle Eastern countries. That's submissive.
Mm,
So I think we're far removed from societies where we can just blatantly tell a woman what to do and she'll fall in line. And like Black Man Trevor said, is that's just respect. You know what I mean? So I think we should be asking, do these women respect you? Are these women nice to you? Are they kind to you? But the submission that when brothers snap their fingers, no, you're not. You're not gonna get that. You know.
Yeah, I
uh,
totally agree. I totally agree with no excuse. The whole submissive where I don't even use that word in my vocabulary anymore because I'm at a point where, you know what, look, I know what I'm doing. I know what I offer. and you can't fall in line and play your role and I play my role, then you know what? We don't need to be together. And if she respects you, she gonna do the things that she wants to do to make you happy. So that if that means cleaning the house, keeping the house clean, or having your plate ready when you get home, she gonna love to do that. Not that she has to do it. And that's another thing. Is like I wouldn't want a woman that's that's fearful of me, where she has to submit her entire life to me. I don't want that. I want someone that understands that, like, listen, she respects my role as the head of the household, but also she's willing to play a role happily. So I wouldn't say South African women are submissive, but if you come correct, trust me, you'll get a woman that's gonna take care of you.
Good point there, brothers. So next question is, are clubs and bars good in South Africa to meet women there? And do you recommend any specific names of these clubs and bars that you had the most success there at all, brothers?
I had a great time. No excuse. I kind of saw your videos. No excuse, man. I had an amazing, great time. I can't really pinpoint any particular clubs, but you definitely want to hit up the lounges. The lounges are very sleek, beautiful people, positive vibes, and you can literally approach a woman and just start talking to her, and her friends will not cop block at all. So that's something that I noticed. If anything, I saw a group of girls sitting there, and I offered them all, I offered them drinks, and I just joined their conversation and I ended up taking one of them home. So, like, at the end of the day, it's just really about how you carry yourself. Again, it goes back to how you carry yourself. Are you approaching them? Are you smiling? Are you drawing their attention? I think you can meet a woman anywhere. You can meet them at the drugstore. You can meet them at the club. You can meet them at the park. They're everywhere, man. There's not really one particular area where you could meet all the girls at.
Okay. No Excuse Entertainment. What's your thoughts about that, brother?
I didn't meet any women at clubs or bars because I was always with somebody. Um, I would say a popular restaurant lounge they have in all the three major cities is called a yep. It's spelled AYEPYEP. You can look up on their Instagram. It's always lit. They popping bottles with fireworks. You know, it's a movie, as they say. Going out in South Africa. But yeah, I think you definitely can meet women going out. Especially if you're a little extra popping bottles and doing things like that. Um, I've met women in person at the malls when I was by myself. So, going to the mall, I felt it was very, very easy to approach women and exchange numbers.
Okay. Thanks for that, brothers. Um,
You know
who's
what?
gonna
There's a place in Johannesburg. Okay, there's a place in Johannesburg called Monet Bay.
spell it for
This
us,
is,
brother?
I'm sorry.
Spell it for us, please.
It's Maboney, something in that
Mhm.
format. Is a district where all the bars, lounges, restaurants. That's a hot spot. You go there, you see nothing but gorgeous women walking around, hitting up the lounges. Great place to meet someone. In Cape Town, there's a place called Long Street, and that strip has all nothing but bars, restaurants, clubs, and there's another area called Market Square in Cape Town, and Camp Bay. Camp Bay is another area. It's right by the ocean. Tons of parties. This is where a lot of the white Africans goes to party, and they have those beach parties there. Um, there's a lot of places, man. Trust me. Each day you have something to do. Uh, South Africa is highly progressive, party country, and meeting women is easy. Just open your mouth and say something nice.
Okay. Going on to my next question, brothers. Speak about your online dating experience. Was that successful for you? If so, what apps did you use specifically? Was it Tinder, Hinge, Bumble? What was the quality of women on these apps or social media dating websites? Of course, name those websites too.
Yeah.
Speak on that,
Um,
brothers.
Yeah. In regards to, I've been using Tinder since 2015. Um, no, 2016. I'm sorry. For South Africa, I actually pipelined. I pipelined for the cities before I got there. And guys, please invest in having a quality profile. Like, please provide body shots. No, just headshot. Show personality. I think the more personality you show in your profile, the variety of different pictures, from formal to sporty to just having fun, attracts certain women. So my profile was getting hit like constantly when I was there, and it was just too easy. It was just too easy. And I think now you have other platforms you could use to meet women, but Tinder always been like a easy thing for me to do. And I never had any issues.
What about you? No excuse.
For me, I mean, I've tried both the popular mediums. One is the Afro introductions and Tinder. Now, Afro introductions, it works well for certain countries and certain countries it doesn't. Afro introductions, there isn't a large South African presence on there, but Tinder it is. Which I don't want to go off tangent, but which is those sites like Afro Introductions or Cupid. Women that tend to be on there are actively seeking foreign men, but something like Tinder, women are typically looking for local men. So if you meet a woman on Tinder, most likely she's not someone that's looking for a foreigner. So the three cities I went to, I got the most matches in Durban. I had the most fun in Durban, but I would say the women in Durban, um, I would say are more on the average looking but shapely side. I felt like the women in Johannesburg was like the baddest,
Woo!
but I didn't get as many matches in Durban. I mean in Johannesburg because there's more competition there. There's more money there. There's more men there.
Johannesburg had the best looking women, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It just hands down. Like I'm literally walking around, I'm like, oh my goodness.
yeah. Johannesburg had the best
Wow.
looking women. I felt like Cape Town had the most bougiest women. They had the high
I agree.
expectations. I
I
met
agree.
women. I met women that expected me to buy them an outfit. Buy go when we go to the club. They didn't expect me to buy a drink. They expected us to me to buy a bottle. So they have a very lavish expectation for men in Cape Town. Um, I would say the down part for me for Johannesburg, the fact that they got so many beautiful women is that the crime against women is so bad there.
It is.
You're gonna get a low ratio of men to women when you go out. So everywhere I went out, it was always more men than women in
Oh God.
Johannesburg.
Oh
So,
no.
so I didn't like the ratio with that. You know,
Oh.
Durban and Cape Town it wasn't really like that, but Johannesburg it was definitely a sausage fest in some places.
Gosh.
See, that's the thing. Like in my case, it wasn't like that for me. So it really depends where you go. Like um, the places that people were referring me to visit, like the nightclubs, the lounges, there were more women than guys.
Mm.
So it really depends, who you're talking to, where they tell you, where to go. Because Johannesburg is like New York. It's like literally, it's like New York. It's so spread out, and there's so many places you could go to. Stanton, other little neighborhood communities that have their own clubs, their own nightlife, and you could just have a whole different scene in Johannesburg.
Okay, thanks for that, brothers. So on your social media profiles, did you make it very clear that you were American and you put an American flag? And would you say that got you women as well?
No,
Okay.
No, for me, no.
no, I don't think I ever. I never done that.
So you never mentioned you were American at all. I'm visiting from America here for a good time. You didn't say that at
No,
all?
no.
Okay.
What I
Interesting,
normally
brother.
do is when I travel to a unique country, what I'll change my copy, the my profile information. If I'm going to a Spanish speaking country or a Portuguese speaking country, I'll translate it to their language, and that alone, so that way they can easily read it. But the fact that I was going to South Africa, where there's no need to really change the language, just keep it in English. But again, it goes back to your profile. The pictures that you're highlighting your profile, those pictures means a lot. And
But
got some good quality pictures, man. You're gonna turn heads for real.
when you translate to their language, they're gonna assume. Let's say, speaking in Brazil, they're gonna assume that you can speak Portuguese fluently or Spanish fluently, but that may not be the case. Wouldn't they feel like you've deceived them, or they're angry
Nope,
that?
nope.
But so you tell them that. Do you tell them in your profile that you can your English is your first language?
I just tell them I speak a little Spanish, a little Portuguese, and that's it. But by then, dude, they're attracted to you, so they don't care. They just want to. By then, they want to just get to know you. They want to see you. And again, it
This
goes
is
back to you like having a real cool profile with some
Mhm.
really good images of yourself promoted because they're not reading the copy. They're looking at the images.
Mm.
And being a marketer, that's something that you sell with the image, not with the copy. So
Mm.
if you got crappy images of yourself and with poor lighting, then yeah, you're not gonna get a lot of hits. But if you put yourself, in front of your whip, you see yourself out there working out and wearing a suit here and there, dude, it's gonna draw a different type of audience. And I never had an issue. And once I get to the country, I can't speak Portuguese. This past June, No Excuse and I, we were both in Rio and we were both partying with the locals, and we didn't speak their language, but they were attracted to us.
Okay. Thanks for that, brothers. Shout out to Derek Taylor for the $499 super chat. He says another classic. What's up, brother? How you keeping, bro? Hope all is well with you. No excuses. You used to live in Cartagena when I last chatted up with you. How would you compare women from Africa versus Cartagena? Answer that very briefly, brother.
I would say, I mean, that's tough, man. I mean, I can
Yeah.
I can only speak on South Africa and Ethiopia, but I would say it's tough, man. I mean, I still give Colombia a little edge right now, just just overall. But I gotta visit I gotta see how my second trip in South Africa goes because the first time was good, the second time could not be good. So I gotta hold my comparison on Colombia right now.
Okay.
As for
Thanks
me,
for Mhm.
keep in mind, Derek, there are 54 countries in Africa versus Cartagena is just a city in Colombia. I've been to 5 cities in Colombia. Cartagena is one of them. I can't really compare the two, man. It's like comparing apple to oranges, to be honest. Um, if any city that I could compare to South Africa, like black on black, will be Cali, and Johannesburg. There's a true comparison between the black women of Cali and the black women of South Africa. But compare a whole continent to a little city in Colombia, it's just not a good comparison for me, man.
Okay. Thanks for answering that question. Shout out to Derek Taylor for the super chat. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Frank Harris for the $10 super chat. Another regular supporter. Thank you so much, Frank Harris. It's much appreciated, brother. Going on to my next question, brothers. Okay. What's the religion there that is it Christianity that you dealt with the woman there in South Africa? Did
You
they?
know, I,
I'm guessing the most Christian, right?
I didn't even know. I was there for 3 weeks. I didn't even go to church. I assume Christianity. I assume. I'm not sure.
Entertainment, no excuse.
Um, I guess I assume Christian, but I did meet a couple Zulu women that they practice voodoo.
Nah. Okay, let's move on from that. Shout out to All right, so our Costa Rican, no, what the our South African women materialistic brothers. Do they want Gucci,
Cape
Prada,
Town,
Armani?
Cape Town.
Cape Town women. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Cape Town, Johannesburg. I think anyone would want nice things. But I wouldn't say the whole entire the whole population wants that. Like the girls that I met were more the artsy type. So they were very like chill with the big afro puff, shaved heads, and they seem like they shop at a thrift store and they okay with that, to have that unique bohemian look to it with a big butt.
Um, I,
Oh, you're a joker. Sorry,
I'll
bro.
tell you, they definitely want you. If you get married to them, they're gonna want you to spend on that wedding. They do weddings. The ones that got money, they do weddings bigger than we do it here. They they pulling out all cards. So let's keep
Okay.
that.
All right, thanks for that, brothers. Cold approaching is that a method you
Highly
use
recommended.
to? Okay, and how did you cold approach these South African women? Was it, hey, I like how you look, blah blah blah? What was your method specifically, brother?
It really depends on your angle, man. I think as soon as they hear that English, they know instantly you're not from there. So cold approaching, smiling, having some good cologne on you, looking nice, and that's it. To be honest, once they know that you're an American or you're an Englishman, you're definitely going to stand out. And the way you look, the way you smell, it just gives them more reason for them to actually stick around and talk to you.
Okay.
Because if they know that you're in South Africa, you have the means and the time to travel, so they know they're not just talking to a regular Joe Blow.
mm. What about you? What's your thoughts about excuse?
I personally think that um, it don't really matter where you're from. I think it's just how you carry yourself. Because a lot of women I approached, they didn't think I was American. They probably thought I was from Zimbabwe or anywhere. They really didn't care to ask, But like I said, in the malls, I was I was getting numbers like that. Like I approached a group of females, and there was one I really liked. I was like, I introduced myself as your future husband, and she just laughed and stuff like that. And she gave me her phone number. She gave me her phone number, so I felt they was very approachable, and they look too to give you those choosing signals, which I like.
Yep, instantly. Those choosing signals are instantly given. And also too, I think have a sense of humor. Make them smile. Like say something slick, and they're easy to talk to. I can't say this enough. Just they're so easy to talk to. Just be respectful.
Okay, shouts out,
Be a
brothers.
gentleman.
Yakuza series official generation. This is in the live stream. For that, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm putting you on a timeout on the naughty corner for 5 minutes. A lot of you brothers is bugging out. Shout out to Jalil Davis for the £7.42 cash app. Thank you, brother. He says, for ain't able to stay but showing love, G. Thank you, bro, for the cash app. Much appreciated, brother. Hope all is well with you, bro. Thank you. All right, going on to my last few questions. How should men dress in South Africa? Now, should we come through wearing Jordans, oversized t-shirt, gold teeth, gold chain, bandana on our heads, looking like Cameron and Jules Santana from Dipset back in the early 2000s? Or should we wear a suit? Or should we wear a shirt or looking smart, casual wearing? Speak on that, brothers.
Well, I mean, I sent you some pictures. It sucks that we can't show the video and the pictures that I sent you, but I think you got to look dapper. You got to look nice. Um, for me, I like to go to nice lounges, so I'm gonna have some nice shine shoes. Some nice fitted jeans. Nice collar shirt, depending on the weather, because the weather in South Africa could be hot or it could be cold. Um, I like to carry a sport coat wherever I go. So depending, if I'm at a certain place, I could just bust out the sport coat and fit in. But it really depends on your environment. But I think the more professional you look, and the more they take you serious. This ain't DR where you could just wear your white socks and sandals and basketball shorts and hey ma, come here. It's not like that in South Africa, man. People really take pride in dressing a certain way, especially the night scene, and it's just you just attract a different type of level of women when you look a certain way.
Mm. Would you agree with that? No excuse entertainment.
Oh yeah, it's too much riffraff in South Africa, so you definitely don't want to blend in with them. Um, I would say the different cities kind of have a different vibe, and South Africans love to use the word vibe. It's,
Yeah.
they love to use that
Yeah.
word. It's a vibe, but Johannesburg, man, even going to the mall, like I was a little intimidated. I was like, man, like they really stepped their game up, like you talking about like designer shoes or expensive shoes, expensive jeans, expensive shirt. Like Cape Town, you know what I mean? Like it's just
It's a beach
I
city.
would yeah, high fashion. High fashion Cape Town. Johannesburg is dependent on the weather. You know what I mean? It could be kind of rugged, kind of a hoodie with like a jeans jacket. But it could be clean too. That, like I said, they're very artsy in Johannesburg. Durban, it's a little bit more warmer climate. So, but I would just say fly. You know what I mean? Like if you want to bring your A game to any country, like South Africa, you will want to bring your A game.
And don't get it twisted, fellas. South Africa got the Maseratis, the Aston Martins, the Range Rovers. Don't get it twisted. People that got money don't think it's a third world country.
Hey, trust
You,
me.
you mean
Um,
so? Hold on. So you're telling me black people that have money, right? There's a lot of
Yes,
rich black people there.
yes,
Okay.
black folks over there have money. Like I seen it, like Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Maserati, Aston Martins, Range Rovers. So guys, don't think that every person there is poor. There's
oh
money
no.
out there.
All right. Thanks for that, brothers. Okay. So when you dress really nice, are you not afraid of looks? People trying to rob you, people trying to
Nope.
set you up. Or no, it's not.
Nah, man.
I heard it is a dangerous country. Shouldn't you be careful on how you don't not to dress too dapper?
No, I'm never afraid. It depends where you go. I'm
Mhm.
around middle, upper class people. Well, I'm gonna travel to be around poor folks.
That is very true.
So hey, I mean, when dudes say don't dress flashy, I got my bracelet on. I got my Victor watch on. Got me a nice blazer. I look good, man. I'm not going to another country to be around a bunch of poor folks. I'm just not gonna do that.
That's
If I'm gonna
true.
stay in a certain area, I'm gonna stay in the area where it's upper middle class to upper class folks.
That's what's up. All right. Going on from there, brothers. How is the nightlife in general in South Africa? Especially what cities did you enjoy the nightlife the most in terms of having fun? Meeting great people, great women. How is it in
One thing for
general, and
me
what
would be
cities, bro?
Johannesburg. I had the best time. I had so much fun in Johannesburg. Is that I shortened my trip in Cape Town and went back to Johannesburg.
Damn. What about you? Entertainment.
I mean, I felt a little differently. I mean, Johannesburg. I put it like this: I felt like Durban was a 7 days a week city. They got something going on, and I went this past May. In Cape Town and Johannesburg, stuff was kind of, I would say stuff was kind of dead. Like um, between like Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I mean, it's not a those cities are not a 7 days a week cities. Like I like, when I do party, I like to party. I like to be able to go to a city any day of the week and it's gonna be something going on. I felt like that more with Durban than the other cities.
I mean, hey, Rob, I'll tell you this, man. It all depends who you're around, man. Because some of the ladies were taking me to some real fly spots on a Monday and a Tuesday. I'm like, wow, this place is crowded. Well, it really depends who you're around. If some people know like where to go, they'll take you where to go.
But that's the point, though. I'm talking about like shooting, I mean, shooting darts in a barrel full of fish.
You got it.
You know,
Okay. Any clubs you recommend? Any band? Oh no, you sorry, I already mentioned that. Forget that.
Yeah,
Sorry, scrap that.
I can't
All right.
recall, but I know the areas where to go, but I
Okay, yeah.
can't recall any particular clubs.
What areas, bro? If you
You can
can.
go to Santon. Santon's another area where there's a lot of not a lot of nightlife. You could go. There's tons of lounges, restaurant. Like the restaurant scenes is big there. The restaurant with the live music, with the hip hop, with the Afro beats sound.
Hmm.
That's really huge there. And of course, you got Johannesburg. Depending on where you are in Johannesburg, uh, you can find something. The city is huge, man. It's so big.
When you say Santon, is that Santon?
Yeah, Santon. So Sandton.
Okay, and where's that? What
And
city?
yeah, it's a city outside of Johannesburg. It's like a suburbs. And
Okay,
you go to that mall. Oh my goodness,
damn.
man! You just wow.
Okay, brother. Thank you. So, what's the ratio of women to men in general across every city? Is it more women than men, 50-50, or more men than women?
I don't know. I kind of saw a 50-50, to be honest.
Okay,
In Cape Town, I think I saw more. It felt like I was seeing more women than guys in Cape Town.
okay. Entertainment?
For me, like I said earlier, I felt like I seen more in public. I seen more men than women in public, and I feel like it's due to the crime. In Cape Town, Durban, I felt like I seen probably more women out because a lot of girls do like they do like to do a lot of girls things for some reason. Like there was two chicks I wanted to hook up with, and she like, oh, I'm gonna be with my girls tonight. I'm like, what? This is my last day. She's like, well, but we had a date with, so they like to do girl stuff a lot. So I seen that. I noticed that a lot.
What's going on with that woman being killed in Johannesburg or South
In
Africa?
South
What's going on there?
Africa,
Yeah.
the men feel like women should not have no right. They believe that once he gets tired of her, he could just do whatever to her. Domestic violence is like really high there, and most women are killed in domestic violence, especially married women.
Is that
So
across all races of people, right?
yeah, South Africa,
Okay.
yeah, it's across all races. South African women are heavily battered by their husbands and boyfriends, and
Okay.
um, and that's why there's a big movement for women to protect themselves, and they want to do things for themselves. A lot of them are going to college, trying to make money for themselves to take care of themselves because most South African men don't do shit.
Hey, no swearing, brother.
Oh, sorry about that. But I'm just keeping it real with you, man. And that's why this whole submissive stuff that you guys want to talk about is like, I think we're at a point now. A woman should have some type of right, but also if she respects you, she gonna do the stuff that she wants to do for you. And
Mm,
it's just kind of sad. I saw the numbers in South Africa. These women are being killed, and for someone, I have four sisters, and I have nieces, man, and I can't see someone putting their hands on my sister. So it's just like
damn.
it's a soft spot for me. So
Yeah, a
Right.
lot of times they want to leave their boyfriend. Like, I met a chick and she said she had to get a restraining order on her ex, because she didn't want to be with him no more. So that's happening a lot too.
Damn. Okay, brothers. I got a few more last questions. Right, I'll probably phone lines for everyone. I got a super chat here. Give me a second, brothers. Shout out to Terrell Bexley for the $5 super chat. He says, I always thought South Africa had baddies. I just heard so much info on sad, but I definitely want to see its beauty. I only beat the chicks. Shout out to the brother Terrell Boxley for the super chat regular supporter. How you doing, brother? Hope you're well, keeping safe. I can't wait for our live stream next week where you're going to speak about the food stores. Coming for that, bro. Keep safe, brother. Gone on from that point, N-word use. So while you're in South Africa, were you called the N-word? Is the N-word used quite often amongst people? Because of hip hop, rap music, of being disrespectful towards black people.
I
Did
didn't
you hear
hear
the
it.
N-word used at all?
I didn't hear it.
I never heard it.
Fantastic. That's what I love hearing. All right, thanks for confirming that, brothers. Should brothers travel alone to South Africa or in a group?
I traveled alone. I always travel alone.
Me too.
I don't
Okay.
have patience traveling in groups. Dudes be some of the most flaky group guys to travel with.
All right, thanks for that, brothers. Would you say every city in South Africa is safe for brothers in the West to go to?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you kind of blend in. You're black.
Well, that's a broad question.
Hmm.
Cause safety, cause there's a list of cities I asked a couple ladies about, and they was like, you don't want to go there. One of the provinces is called Bloem Bloemfontein, something like that. But she was like, it's basically like, you familiar with the term KKK IP?
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah.
She was like, it's like KKK territory. So there are parts of South Africa where it's dominated and ruled by majority whites. And I heard about a lot of similar to lynchings going on in that area. And she was like, you don't want to go there if you're
Well,
black.
the
Nah,
white
man.
Africans there are called Boers. I don't know why they call them Boers, but the white Africans in South Africa are Boers, are considered Boers. Personally, I think as long as you travel to Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town, you're okay. I don't. It doesn't make any sense for you to travel any away from those three major cities.
Okay.
Um, it just doesn't make any sense. Just travel to Johannesburg, Durban, and Cape Town. That those three cities are big enough for you to explore. If you feel like you need to go somewhere else out of pocket, that's on you.
Yep. Shout out to brothers for that intel there. Shout out to Terrell Bexley for the $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, "Don't beat them, just don't beat them. Just lead them and find your own happiness." That's facts. Brothers, find your own happiness, brothers. It's very important that brothers put themselves first. SYSBM is the motive and is the movement. Shout out to Terrell Boxley for the super chat. Thank you, brother. I have one last question for you, brothers, before I open up the phone lines towards everyone. Um, so cities. Oh no, you just explained it. So Durban, Johannesburg, Cape Town. Those are where to go to. Um, Races of women, sisters predominantly will check for brothers. Go there to meet sisters, and that's great with me. A lot of brothers here prefer sisters, so they're trying to find alternatives to ABWs, BWs in the UK. So they can find it in South Africa. That's great. Thank you very much, brothers, for your intel so
Thank
far.
you.
I'm going to open up the phone lines. But in the meantime, brothers, again, if you're not part of the Facebook group, you are missing out. Here is a link to the Facebook group so you can mingle and interact with literally high value males. We have a lot of high value males in the Facebook group. I will post a link here. Hold on, brothers. Control C. This laptop's done for, man. Swear down. It's gone. It's frozen now. Ah, come on, man.
Hey, can I say something?
Yeah, go on, bro.
Brothers, when you go to South Africa, work on your body game, man. I can't say this enough. You having a nice body, physique, you already got the money. Just take care of yourself physically, invest in a good cologne, buy a couple of nice shirts and pants. You're gonna stand out completely. And that alone is gonna just draw a lot of attention to you. Not in a bad way. As long as you're not hitting up the hood and the shanty towns, you'll be all right. But get in the gym, guys. Get in the gym.
All
Lose
right, thanks,
that
bro.
gut. Get your health in order and go to these countries. Because trust me, these women will bang your brains out. And they sex energy, man. Hey, no excuse. I'm not sure if you felt the same way, but man, you got to come with your A game, man.
Yeah. Shout out to the brother for dropping that intel. I'm also on Twitter, brothers. Follow me on Twitter. Send me a DM on Twitter. I will get back to you. Again, I'm using Twitter to push out the international passport movement. I need your likes and retweet. So follow me on Twitter ASAP. You need to, brothers. I'm telling you, this is your chance to reach out to me, get in touch with me, and speak to me directly. I'm also on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM, and I will get back to you as well. I'll give you a call if needed. Shout out to Terrell Boxley for the $5 super chat. He says, "Oh hell no, no South Africa, Snow Bunnies, LOL. I'm traveling to explore. I don't have time for bores. I definitely need to visit Africa." Yes, bro. Facts, bro. Again, the legend Terrell Boxley supporting the channel. Thank you, bro, for your super chat. So let me open up the phone lines, and let's get this live stream popping. If you have any questions for the guest panel members, you must either call in or you super chat or cash app your questions for these brothers to answer. Okay, so cash app or super chat your questions or call in to get your questions answered. That's how it goes in this channel. So call in now, brothers, and Let's get this live stream popping. Black Man Travels and No Excuse Entertainment. You've been on for almost 2 hours. Take a break, go and get some water, or get something to eat quickly. I know it's tough, being long speaking. So use that time now, brothers, if you want to. Okay.
I'm good, man. I can stay on. I was eating while I was talking.
Awesome, bro. Shout out to Roberts for the £3.71 cash app. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated, bro. Thank you. Awesome. Support the movement. Shout out to Darius Harper for the $2 super chat. He says, how much should we have minimum saved for a week? Can anyone answer that?
Yeah, well, it really depends on your budget. Um, Personally, for me, I like to stay in nice areas. I like to eat in certain restaurants, so I'll probably spend more money than the average person. But keep in mind the currency is in your favor, man. I think when I was there in 2018, the last time I was there, the currency was one American dollar is 27. It was 27 of their dollars. So I lived like the king out there. But if you're there for a week, just bring $1,000 with you. You should be okay.
Right, fantastic intel, brother. Shout out to Terrell. Hold on, brothers. Shout out to Terrell Boxley for the $2 super chat. Morocco, early November, Marrakesh. Any thoughts? I'm not sure how the weather's like in November, Morocco, but I think Morocco is hot all year round, so that shouldn't be a problem, brother. Um, I've got intel on Morocco, 2 videos on my channel. Watch those videos, brother. Give me a call if needed. Morocco is a great country, great woman. Again, if you speak French very well, and if you're a Muslim brother, they'll be checking for you heavy. Oh man, I saw some hot, gorgeous Moroccan chicks. Mm-mm-mm. All right, shout out to Terrell Boxy for the $2 super chat, bro. Reach out to me if you want to speak about Morocco further. Um, Black Man Travels or No Excuse. Have you been to Morocco yourselves, brothers?
No, I haven't.
Okay, okay,
That's what happened.
okay. So that's fine. Let me bring in J Bones. How's it going, J Bones?
What's up, IPM? Coming in clear?
Yeah,
Loud
we
and
can hear
clear,
you.
brother. How you
How you
keeping?
doing, brother?
Doing real well. Shout out to the brother from Dade County. I see you.
That's right, dog.
Yeah, I be I was I used to run with a lot of the brothers in Dade County back in the day. A lot of the brothers from Dade County, they used to come up to Virginia. So shout out to Dade County for real strong, man.
Shout out to
Thanks, man.
Florida. Yes, indeed. Do you have any questions
Yeah.
for the panel members regarding South Africa, J Bones?
Yeah, one Marrakesh to the brother Box. The weather's warm all year in Morocco, so don't worry about it. As far as, but shout out to Box anyway. Just wanted to give him that info. I just want to congratulate, or just basically, definitely shout out to our brothers here. It's really important that you two gentlemen went to South Africa. I've been trying for years to try to get African Americans to travel back home to South Africa. Like
Mm.
I've been traveling for a long time. Some of these brothers are really hard headed. A lot of African Americans don't like to travel. Like a lot of the brothers, they don't like to travel. And I could tell that these two gentlemen here, they got the game on point. So I just want to congratulate them and tell them, I'm glad you boys made the trip back home. I'm glad you
Thank you, man.
guys. Yeah, yeah, definitely. We need guys like you down there because it's something happening and we got to push out the scenery so we can get brothers like you making more money and making money off the land that you came from. Do you
Uh-huh.
understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
I totally
I
agree.
don't I don't like seeing foreigners in my country. Like I don't see.
Mm.
I'm actually from Ghana, but I've been to South Africa plenty of times because it's like there's a connection there between Ghana, Nigeria, and South Africa. We're kind of like looked as the superpowers as far as the African thing.
I agree.
So Yeah, it's just basically Ghana, Nigeria, and South Africa. Well, it's more Ghana, Nigeria. South Africa tends to be the little brother because they have white people there. But the idea for it is that, I'm glad you boys made the trip. I'm definitely glad you guys, and you guys, next time you go, set up some businesses there, start talking that money talk, because I want to see more of my brothers start making money there. I don't
Yeah.
One
like the
thing is,
idea. Go ahead, big bro.
I just want to say this, man. And I highly encourage brothers to go to Africa. Pick any country, just go. The
Anywhere.
feeling that I got when I
Yeah.
landed, I stepped foot outside, man, it just brought chills to my body. I understand a lot of guys travel for the women, but sometimes don't let that be your main reason why you travel.
Yeah.
The feeling that I got, when I was in South Africa, I felt like I was home. Even though
True.
I may not be from South Africa, the fact that I was in the continent where my family, where my ancestors are from, I went to the beach in Cape Town, right? I
Yeah.
put my foot in the water. Man, something just went through my body.
It felt like you
Like,
home.
yeah, I felt like I was home, man, and
Yeah.
that's what made the experience so grand. And I've been to a lot of countries, man, but this was kind of special to me because it was like welcome home.
Yeah.
One interesting story, guys, and I'll pass it on to No Excuse. I was at a bar, right, and I was by myself having a drink, whatever, and there was some guys sitting next to me talking, and they kind of reached out to me like, hey, what are your thoughts on so and so? And once they realized I was American, one of the brothers just say, hey, welcome home.
Mm.
Dude, when he said that, man, I just smiled, man. The fact
Yeah.
he said welcome back home. I mean,
Brothers,
dog,
please.
let me say this: no woman, no sex, nothing. I mean, nothing could take that experience away from me. When
Hmm.
he told me that, because it was just like, wow, this is where I'm from,
Yeah.
and the
Brothers, please.
lies, the
Mhm.
propaganda that is being taught through our media about the continent of our ancestors. Don't believe the hype. It's not an AIDS infested continent. It's not a poor continent. There's tons of resources. People are making things happen. White folks and Asian folks are going there taking over, man. Stop believing the BS you hear on the media and social media. It's not true. Go see it for yourself, man.
Yep. Let me come in here, Black Man Travels. We need more brothers traveling to Africa and investing in there because we cannot allow other groups of people to run the continent that we're all from. Let's stop being ignorant regarding Africa. Let's make millions in Africa and let's build it up because again, it's our hometown. We deal with so much discrimination in the West. We need a home place just to travel to, and make money from and build it up. That's our homeland, please. And I've always said this, right? More Black Americans should be investing in Africa because guess what? Black Americans are the richest diaspora in the Black.
They got money.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got
yeah,
money.
across Africa.
Yeah.
You got, and I hate to bring up sports people, right? But we got LeBron James, almost a billionaire. We got Kanye West, almost a billionaire. And removing these athletes or singers, right? If you're a black professional and you're a doctor, you're earning at least in the region of 200K to 400K dollars. Why are you not investing in your home country? America doesn't love you. America is actually prioritizing Latinos over Black Americans now. It's only a matter of time when they're going to put Asians and Latinos over Black Americans. So have a nation, have a base where you can make money off, which is why, the Chinese, right? You have Chinese Americans, but they're so lucky because if nothing works out for them in America, they always have China to fall back on. Because guess what? There's an ethical heritage there. I don't care what anyone says. Race is the most important factor in this world. Not where, not your culture, not your state, not your city. It's your race. Brothers, please start taking Africa very seriously. Shout out to Jay Bones for calling in there. Got a couple of super chats. Shout out to Terrell Boxley for the $2 super chat. He says South Africa is slightly more expensive than other countries. Is that true? Black man travels and no
I
excuse.
wouldn't I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it's expensive. I mean, if you're making money, it's not
That's a
expensive.
good thing. That's a good thing. They don't get that. That's the thing about yeah, that's the thing. Shout out to the brother Terrell Boxley. That's the thing about African Americans. They don't get that. It's supposed to be more expensive. When you go, too many of y'all think that a bunch of dudes is running around in mud huts with spears and no, 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 brother. It's supposed to be expensive. Like if you come back home to Ghana And sometimes I see African Americans, they complain saying that things is expensive and yeah, I don't live in a third world country. You think I live in a third world country because some white boy told you that. But
Facts.
I don't live. Yeah, you're not coming down here to be cheap. You gonna spend money. You understand
Facts.
what I'm saying? You standing on the corner, you got some of these brothers purchasing $800 for Jordans, but they
Facts.
won't purchase an $800 ticket to go to South Africa.
Yeah.
You
Facts.
understand what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's backwards. Your mind is backwards. You think that you going down to some jungle. No, 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 no. You going down to a place where technology has been running for a very long time.
Facts.
Technology has been running before these white boys even got there. So it's not about it being expensive. Y'all spending money on $800 to buy a pair of Jordans. I've seen brothers in Jersey stand outside at 4 o'clock in the morning waiting to buy Michael Jordan sneakers for $560, but they can't pay their phone bill. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it's supposed to be expensive because South Africa is not some jungle. It's really not. It's South Africa makes most of these places in America. I mean, South Africa it looks better than most of the states in America actually. Like a lot of people even don't know
You know
that.
what,
Yeah.
bro? Let me tell you guys
If
something,
you
man.
ever if you ever
Some
been
of
to
the houses that I
Mississippi,
saw
you will
in
see
South
some
Africa
things.
will
Yeah.
make the houses here look like a
A crack
project.
house. A crack house,
Man,
bro.
it's just the wealth
Yeah.
that is in that country. It is again, it's amazing the perception, the false media that we get from media about these African countries that everyone's living in mud huts.
Yeah.
It's far from the truth, man.
All
Ugh.
right, thanks for that, brothers. Shout out to the Menace for the $199 super chat. He says, "How much do you need for a 2 to 3 week trip? No excuse." Answer that very briefly, brother.
I would say outside of your lodging and flight, I mean, I would say 1,000. Well, I would say 1,000 per week if you want to be comfortable. I mean, I was there for a week. I think I probably went through 1,000 spending money, but when I go this time around, I'm bringing all my credit cards because I want to turn up.
Okay, thanks for that, brother. Shout out to Terrell Boxley again for the $2 super chat. Thank you, Terrell. You're going ham in this stream, bro. Thank you, bro. He says, "Damn, y'all getting me hype. I'm looking at tickets. Yes, bro. Get out there ASAP, brother. And of course, consider other African countries as well." Shout out to Terrell Boxley again for the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. I know better. I don't complain. I simply make more money and not worry about the cost. We can't act broke. Africa has skyscrapers. Yes, facts. Yes, bro. That's indeed facts. Shout out to Terrell Boxy for supporting the stream throughout this stream. I think that makes sense. Okay, Ace, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How's everyone?
I'm good, bro. Please, do you have any questions for the panel members, bro?
I don't really have any questions. I just wanted to add some input because I've been to South Africa before, but I only been there for a week. I was in Pretoria, so like the Gauteng area, and the only thing that sucks is that I was there during level 4 lockdown, so unfortunately I didn't get to do much, but I am going back in December. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks for that, Ace. Shout out to Terrell Boxley for the $2 super chat. He says most clean diamonds come through South Africa. Mining is huge. That's facts, but guess what? Brothers don't control the mining industry, which is very sad. Brothers don't control the diamond industry within our own continent, which is messed up. How can we not be controlling our own natural resources, particularly diamonds, where it's a money-making machine within our own continent? It's very sad what's happening in Africa, and I don't know what's going on. Do we need to have another war? Do we need wars to actually get back our own continent and country? Because I'm sick of it, man. Ownership is very important. We need to own our own resources, own our own things. But shout out to Terrell Boxley for the super chat. Is there anything else, Ace? You good, bro, or are you good?
I agree with us having to invest in Africa because I'm still pretty young. And one of the things that I want to do is there's a lot of potential for tech in Africa, I believe, because I think if you look at the demographics of Africa, I think most people are like young, meaning that you have a lot of labor potential.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you could invest and build up the youth and really teach them skills, then you could build your own businesses and infrastructure. And I think we're not really thinking about that as Black Americans because we have like how much spending power in the US. And I just think like how much of that goes to waste. And I'm really thinking about like, yes, you could start something in the US, but usually it's better to start something in developing nations because you would make more money like that, in my opinion.
Yep. Like I said, the community can't be saved. If it's going to take educated brothers to save Africa and invest in Africa and build it up and own it, I'm for that because I'm tired of the Pookie and Rares, the ignorant ones, the ones who want to spend all their money on flipping Gucci and Prada. You need to F off. We don't want to do anything with you anymore and just piss off. Sorry for my
Yeah,
language, brothers, but I'm just so sick of it, to be honest.
yeah, I
Shout out to
get it
Ace.
because
Mhm.
I'm from New York, so I know the materialistic culture a lot, and I used to be guilty of that in high school. But once after college, I started working. I realized how stupid that stuff was. But it's so crazy to me because we say that traveling to Africa is expensive. I don't even think it's expensive because if you really prioritize, it's not that expensive. Like people will go to a club and pop bottles in New York City. That's expensive for one night, where you could take that money and your flight and your stay will be covered with that same money. So I think saying that Africa is too expensive to travel is just an excuse.
Yeah. Shout out to Ace for those very wise words. And let me just put Marcellus on blast. Shout out to Marcellus for a very good comment here. He says, that's facts. We have to extract resources from the US and redistribute it to the motherland. I definitely agree with that. The Chinese send students to America to study the country, to study the technology, the infrastructure, the resources, and bring it back to China. And that's why China is thriving right now. The Chinese are very strategic in their mission to become the greatest nation on earth. Can we please have that in Africa, please? God damn it. Oh, it's so frustrating when every other country, every other nation are moving forward. They're making boss moves, but African countries for some reason are not getting it. All right, shout out to Ace for that, bro. Thank you, brother. Let me bring in Crazy Kaz. How you doing, brother? You okay?
Oh yeah, what's up?
Yes, bro. Do you have any questions for the panel members, particularly Black Man Travels and Distribution?
Yes, I do. So you mentioned the Chinese taking over. I live in the Midwest, and that's the only Asians nationality here, like in the Ohio area. And all I can say is they are very, very discriminatory. I wonder, are they the same in South Africa, like in terms of like their restaurants, some of their businesses, their corner stores? Are they like I don't know if like are they the same like they give you the cold shoulder because I am into like Asian women, but Chinese is like my least. So as a middle finger to them, like can I just take the business owner's wife as a middle finger because they're in our motherland? I don't know, man. Just it's just disrespectful. So I'd rather be disrespectful back. You know, like it's
Yeah.
just I don't
Hmm.
know. You know,
Black Man
man. Like
Travels has dropped off. Carry on, bro.
yeah. What I mean by
Um,
that is I ain't trying to be like a bad image. It's more like what respect we have to show for people that never gave us respect in the first place. You
yeah,
know, so whatever it is, like we give them the cold shoulder. Uh, we treat their women how they treat us because in the Midwest, the women here they give us chances, but for any long term relationship, it's not going to happen at all with them. Like the Chinese
mhm,
man, like they're very very calculated. They really see us as lesser humans.
yeah,
So I don't want you to give us. I don't want you to give them no respect. You know,
yeah. Very
it's
true.
just
And
not. Yeah,
I like that mindset, brother. I like it. I like that hardcore mindset. If you're not giving me respect back, you ain't getting no respect from me. I love that mindset.
correct.
Um,
The
hmm.
question was like, are they a problem when we go down there? Because they're not really a problem. They're just more like a issue if you go to the restaurants. So I was wondering if that's similar in South Africa.
Someone's got some loud background noise. If you're doing something, can you put yourself on mute? Carry on, Crazy Kaz.
That was a question. Like I was wondering if we get the same treatment as in America and the UK. I was wondering if it's the same in South Africa with the Chinese.
Black man travels. Can you answer that, please?
Well, the thing is, when I went there in 2018, I only saw the Chinese at the airport. They were
Okay.
flying in or flying out. And but besides the, they walked around like they were above the Africans. That's the sense that I got when I was there.
They do that here, man, too. Like it's
And
everywhere, even
and
in New
so
York.
that's why I've never been a big fan of Asia. I mean, I definitely want to go and visit, but it won't be for the women.
It's
So
just China that's making me not like. Yeah, I understand they all have their own different nationalities, but it's just China that acts the most
Mm.
the worst out of all of them. Japan, it was a Japanese woman here. She was very old. She was a teacher in my high school. She gave me the most respect out of all Asians. So I thought, okay, well, I thought Chinese people were. I thought she was Chinese, and she said no, nothing like them. They are very rude and very mean. So that
Hmm.
just gave me the impression of what
I
to
tell you
expect.
this: I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I live in a city called Duluth,
Okay.
and Duluth is in Gwinnett County. It has one of the highest Asian population
Okay.
in the entire city. And I tell you this: these Asians, they're not friendly at all, man. They don't care to mix and mingle with other minorities,
Yeah.
and they look at you like you're beneath them.
Right.
And trust me, I give them the cold shoulders back every day.
I'm telling you, man. They either get scared at you.
Yeah,
They
they always scared of me. I don't know.
And
I don't
right.
know
I
what it
don't
is.
know why. Like
on
most
that point,
times.
sorry, crazy cat. On that point, right? I get where you're going, bro. But let me. This is a very clear example why Black Americans need to get their ish together in America. I mean that
Of
because
course.
I looked at the demographic rates. So let me put everyone on mute. I keep hearing background noise. I looked at the demographic rates, right, for the population for every ethnicity in America. The Black American population has decreased, right? The Asian population has increased. Latino has increased. Whites have decreased, but whites are still the majority in America. Brothers, let me tell you this right now, okay? It's only a matter of time until Asians and Latinos get the most power in the US. Give it 50 years from now. And let me tell you, brothers, those two groups do not think like white liberals, right? They won't gaslight you, they won't sell you dreams. They'll let you know right off the bat that, if we made it to this stage in America, why can't you? So you ain't getting no reparations, no affirmative action, no benefits. Black Americans must get their ish together as soon as possible. I'm telling you, your existence in America hangs in the balance in terms of economic power and political power. I mean that, brothers. It's going to be a very dark place in America if brothers and sisters don't get together and fix the issues. It's crazy. And let me tell you, man, they are ruthless. They don't think like white liberals, Democrats. They get in power. They don't care about your problems. They don't care if you went through slavery, Jim Crow. No, they're coming in from different countries. They're coming from their countries without any American culture. They're going to tell you, we worked hard to get here. Why can't you do it? And speak on that, J Bones, because you're very knowledgeable on that, J Bones. What's your thoughts about that, brother?
Chinese people are the same thing as Chinese people are basically, I would say they are basically, Chinese people are basically the same thing as Nigerians. They're the same complete thing. Like there's no difference. Being around Nigerians all my life, I can tell you they're completely just, they don't care about anything. Chinese people do not care about anything. They're not, they see something, they're going to take it. Like they're not, they see if they catch you lacking, if you slip up just once, they'll get you. They're a complete. That's why I be telling some of these boys in Team Asia, I hope you boys are picking well. I hope you boys are,
Mm,
focusing on this Japan thing, because even there's a reason why Japanese people and Chinese people, they never got along.
yeah,
There's a reason why they never ever got along, because Japanese people actually see Chinese people as ghetto and rude. Do you understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people actually don't know. There's been a whole lot of racial tension that's building up. People forget there was a Chinese cop in New York City that killed a black guy. Peter Liang. He shot and killed
yeah,
a Kai Gurley. He shot and killed the African American brother. Yeah, so if you boys are going down there, the relationship we have with them in Africa is very strange. Let me explain to you how it works. It's not that we like them, because people keep on saying, well, we're opening up Africa to the Chinese. Anywhere there's poverty, somebody's going to come in there and they're going to take over. That's just how it works. So they're just dumping off a few thousands here and they're giving it to the top people, the government. They're bribing the officials, the prime ministers and stuff. They're going into some of these diamond mines, and whatever money they get out, they'll give the politicians a cut. But the truth about it is that if you brothers are trying to go down there to South Africa, you're going into Africa, you should understand one thing. Hypothetically, if there's some sort of a physical violence between you and one of them, you you better put your foot down. You better put your foot down, because one thing I can respect about South African people is that they don't take a lot of ish. They don't take a lot of ish at all. Like I like that about them though. They don't take a lot of ish. The Chinese people there are acting rude. They're doing this, they're doing that, but they only do it to a certain amount. The reason why I can say they only do it to a certain amount is because I'm very proud of South African people. A lot of people don't know this, but in South Africa, till today, a lot of the white South Africans, they have a huge fear of black South Africans, and I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that one. Yeah, they fear there's 47 million South Africans, and then there's 5 million white South Africans. The white South Africans there, they are very fearful of black South Africans. A couple of years ago, they actually raised a situation where they're trying to remove white South Africans and send them back to the Netherlands and basically take over the country and rename it Zululand. So something's going to happen. Something definitely is going to happen. Let's hope for the best. And I would like to see that, because, as black people, we just be taking too many L's.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go, man, we be taking L's. We taking L's in Botswana, Zimbabwe, South Africa. Like, we just be taking L's everywhere. Yeah, man. Let's hope for the best, man. Let's hope for the best.
Yes, indeed, J Bones. Any more questions, Crazy Kaz? Are you good, bro?
Basically, to finish up what y'all just said, the white liberals, or most of us, they're all hurting us. Like affirmative action and benefits, welfare expansion, that cripples us more than giving us the cold shoulder. Because if we get the cold shoulder from the Chinese, the Latins, racist whites, that made us build our own things. They made us a slap in the cold water. Like, okay, let's build our own infrastructure and our own economy. In South Africa, if they really want to succeed, they need to learn from they need to learn from them, like the white South Africans, how they build that capitalistic monument in South Africa. Same with the Chinese. They need to learn from them. But at the same time, don't make them your friend. Just business partners. Give them the cold shoulder when it comes to restaurants and everything, and let's just build, because that's how China and whites all around the world seceded. They learned, they pretended we were friends, which they do everywhere in Africa, and then they give them the cold shoulder. Same in the UK, same in everywhere. Heck, I have a white coworker. Second I teach him one thing, he only asks me for help. He never asked for friends. He never asked me to be anything. He only asked for help and information. So we need it. So I do the same thing to him, and he respects that because he knows that's how the world works. So when South Africa takes over, they cannot become like they were in other nations. Like, you cannot collapse again, and just learn capitalistic ideas, learn from how they got successful. Like, keep that mutual respect there, but don't be their friend, and don't let them, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, don't let them be.
I know exactly what you're talking about. We're supposed to basically have, black people are supposed to have the relationship with other groups like they have with us. Nobody's trying to be our friends. Nobody's trying to be our friends.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, like when I'm around other groups of people, that's what I learned from my girlfriend's her family, like her Jewish family. The way they operate business, they're not friends with anybody. We're just doing business. Yeah, we're just doing numbers. Just tell me what the business is. Tell me how much we need to get it done. Tell me how much it's going to cost. You're not coming to my house to basically eat
Mm.
dinner at my table.
Yep,
It's
they
just
don't like
business.
that.
Yeah. Only black people think everybody's friends with them. Only
Yep.
black
Right.
people think that we're all friends with everybody. Nobody's friends with us. They're just coming into our communities and taking everything, and
They
we need
either
to
learn
treat them
from
the
you.
same way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They either learn
All
You
right.
from
can't
you
you
and
can't do
throw you
that.
aside.
It's in America, IP in the black community, Japanese people, Chinese, East Arabs, Indians, everybody comes in and they set up shop in our community. I can't go to Chinatown and build a fried chicken spot. They would kill me
Mm-hmm.
at that same day. They would blow up
Yep.
my chicken spot. Yeah, they would blow up my chicken spot, bro.
Yep. Facts.
Or
Great
threaten them to
discussion.
death.
Shout out to Crazy Kaz for the insight here. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Brothers, again, feel free to cash app. Feel free to super chat if you're enjoying this live stream. We're dropping gems here. Let me bring in Fisher Johnson. How you doing, brother? You okay? Fisher Johnson. We can't hear you, Fisher Johnson. Nah, bro. Can you jump out the stream and call back in? I'll let you do that before I close the stream up. Do that ASAP, bro. If you can just jump out the stream and call back in, okay, brother? Fisher Johnson, I'm gonna kick you off the stream. Call back in after because it's not. I can't hear you, bro. Just sign off and stand back in. This has been a great discussion so far. I'm gonna go through everyone for their last closing statement before I end the stream. It's pretty late over here in the UK, so let me go to No Excuse Entertainment. Do you have any last closing statements, brother?
Yeah, I just want to encourage brothers that haven't been to South Africa, definitely check it out. With a lot of good info out there. I wanted to kind of chime in on some of the business opportunities. I myself um, do want to own land in Africa, specifically South Africa, and eventually start a restaurant business in Africa because there is a need for um, American and I would say Black American cuisine, and a lot of the foods that they cook there is not really comparable to the way we cook in the United States. So there's definitely a need there. Um, there are things that you need to know about South Africa specifically if you plan on buying land or real estate, depending on where you buy from. So one thing I found out was that a lot of the lands that they sell, um, if you don't build within, if you buy a lot, for example, if you don't build within 3 months, then you can lose that property. So a lot of people like myself want to buy land and just hold it, but that may be a little difficult in places like South Africa. Um, there are three countries. There are three countries right now where you could own land outright without leasing it for 99 years, and that's South Africa, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. Um, so just that Southern Africa region, if you're interested in buying land, I just wanted to give you guys that information. That's all I
Thank you,
got.
brother. Much appreciated. No excuse. Jay Bones, do you have any last words, bro?
Yeah, man.
Please.
I'm very much happy about this IP. Great job with this one. It's great that we had the brother Black Man Travels and the other brother the American brothers in here, because if there's one thing I like to see, man, is the African American brothers going back down there. As soon as you guys get there next time, man, set up shop real quick. I don't
Mm.
care if you boys are opening up a strip club. I don't care if you guys are opening up anything. That I don't care what you're doing, but set up shop real quick and you know, get all that money that you can from down there in Africa, man. Get it all in. If you can invite some other brothers, some like-minded brothers to go down there too. So, I don't mind anybody eating off the land as long as they look like me. Do you understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's the one thing as long as they look like me, and I would love to see more of our African American brothers actually, because they've been through a lot here. They've been through a lot in America. So, if they can go down there and they can be rich and I always say this about black men, IP. If you're from the Caribbean or from Africa or wherever you're from, if you make it and I don't make it, that's completely fine with me. Because looking at the way, looking at what we've been through, whether from the dark continent all the way up to Brooklyn, it's been really bad. Our sojourn on planet Earth as black men has been just incredibly tough. You understand what I'm saying? So if you boys can get down there and start setting up shop and making some money off the land, man, I really wish you boys the best, man. I'm glad you guys went down there, especially my brother from Dade County, man. You guys get down there and start making this money, man. I'm really proud of you guys for making a trip. And that's the most important thing.
Shout out to Jay Bones for that great closing statement. Brothers, again, feel free to hit the Cash App and Super Chat to support the passport movement, support what I'm doing. Again, you won't get into like this anywhere else. And yeah, like I want to say this as well. I would rather black American men run Africa than people that are not black. Yeah, I'd rather that's a lot better than people that are not black. I don't care if they're American, I'd rather black American men run Africa than non-black people. It makes a lot more sense. Africa is your hometown. We want to see more black American men invest in Africa and become millionaires and run the continent. That's better for every black person on planet Earth. Invest in Africa, brothers. Ace, do you have any closing statements, bro?
I would say to any Black American that wants to visit Africa, I think South Africa is a great first destination because everyone speaks English. It's very modern. I would say better architecture than a lot of states in the United States. And yeah, that's about it. I think South Africa is the way to go if you want to get acclimated with Africa.
Thank you, Ace. Much appreciated, brother. Crazy Kaz, do you have any closing statements, bro? Any last words?
Yeah, just want to say appreciate the stream. Even though I asked one question, I appreciate my insight on economic power and how we see other races and how we just strive to be better men. And final thing I can say is SYSBM. All I can say is it's not that many African Americans that understand what's going on. So we must do what the Jews did and just strive off, build our families, save ourselves, and then once we create a good community, find a community that think just like us, maybe us all in a community or whatever, and rebuild how the Jews did it in America and how the Jews did it back in Western Germany. Like it's possible. So see light and hope. Learn your surroundings. Be smart. Don't assume anything. And that's it. I gotta go to bed. Yeah.
Thank you,
you,
bro.
guys.
See ya. John Fisher, is it working now? Your audio? John Fisher Johnson. Nah, something's not right there. All right, Black Man Travels. How you doing, brother? Do you have any closing statements, brother?
No, just thank you for inviting me to your platform. I look forward to the next discussion. Just want to see more brothers traveling, explore your options. There's a reason why you have a passport. Make use of it. Don't go to the same place every trip. And there's more to Africa than what you see and hear. And stop comparing. Every country is different. Go there with an open mind and always better yourself in all aspects, either be professionally, personally, spiritually, physically, mentally. Always, create the best version of yourself each day when you wake up. And that's about it. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
No problem, brother. Thank you very much for taking the time out, bro, to do this incredible live stream. Brothers, again, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Follow me on those platforms. And of course, feel free to cash up after the stream ends to support the movement and what I do. It's 4 a.m. over here in the UK. I'm really tired, so I'm going to end the stream. I will see every brother on my next video. Please make sure to comment on this video once it drops on my channel. That would be greatly appreciated. It will help out with the algorithm to push this video to brothers. And brothers, I will see you all on my next video. Peace out, brothers.